Now, pious souls, what does God say?
साईं इतना दीजिए जामे कुटुंब समावे, हम भी भूखे ना रहे, अतिथि ना भूखा जावे. To demand more than this in Kal's prison
Is our great foolishness. Only demand this much. God will give you everything in this. Because this is Galyug.
In Kali Yuga, machinery would be a necessity. Then you should ask only for Jame Kutum Samave,
Meaning the requirement of the family. Needs of the family. This is Jame Kutum Samave. And we shall also not remain hungry, as well as the guest should not leave hungry. Then God will give you, and then live according to God's rules, obey His orders. How? Like God says,
चिड़ी चोंच भर ले गई, नदी न घट्यो नीर, दान दिए धन घटे नहीं, यूं कह रहे साहिब कबीर.
God Kabir is putting his signature here by uttering this speech. God Kabir is saying this, that by donating money, wealth will not reduce. This is a rule of God, and the donation should be given to the deserving person.
गुरु बिन माला फेरते, गुरु बिन देते दान, गुरु बिन दोनों निष्फल हैं, चाहे पूछो वेद पुराण. देते को हर देत है, जहां तहां से आन, अण देवा मांगत फिरो, फिर साहिब सुने ना कान.
Now God has portrayed a role to show us that साईं इतना दीजियो जिसमें कुटुंब समावे. A weaver weaves a cloth by collecting very fine yarn from morning till evening in a day. He is able to weave only a 5 feet or 10 feet, 5 feet or 4 feet cloth with great difficulty, and he has to weave a very long roll of cloth which is hundreds of feet long. It used to get completed in a week, the weight that God used to get for it. He used to bring necessary objects and food items for his family from it, and he used to spend the rest in spiritual discourse and provision of communal meal. In this way, God sets a precedent for us that in this world you must worship God by acquiring the way of worship from a complete saint, and then God will come into action. And if you will otherwise adopt these formulas, then you won't be able to succeed, because then Kal, this man, will be with you. You will only get results of the work you've done. Here you will get more than the work done. God will give you more than your destiny, because we are not demanding anything else from God. We only demand that our devotion remains intact and that we do not lack any necessity, just this much. Now, as they think they should make this and that for their children, once a businessman, merchant, rich man, asked his bookkeepers one day to calculate the estimated worth of his total property to know how much wealth does he have. They told him that this much is your wealth. He asked, how many future generations of mine can sustain with this? They informed that your 5 generations can sustain themselves without doing any work. You have this much property, this much wealth, O gentlemen, then how would my 6th generation survive? What will the 6th generation eat? Tell me some other option. Then they said, sir, sages and saints give solutions. One should listen to their spiritual discourses. So in the spiritual discourse, it was told that one should do charity. If one wants money, then one must donate money by donating money. One gets more wealth, and the donations made to sages, saints and devotees reap even more benefits. Like all sadhus, saints and devotees come here. The real devotees actually come here. Nonetheless, whichever sages or devotees are residing anywhere in huts or in the jungle in the name of God, they have virtues of the past, they are inspired by the past virtues, so wherever they reside, they keep remembering God, but they do not have the charger for their future. They only have past virtues. By being motivated by these virtues, they have taken such a big decision of worshipping while sitting in the jungle or anywhere else. They are reaping the fruits of their past virtues only. They bless somebody, that person gets the benefit, and they get food in return. This is how it worked for them. So there was a saint, a learned devotee. He and his wife, both of them lived there. The merchant knew about these devotees. So what did the merchant do? He ordered all his bookkeepers to take all the servants along and distribute flour, rice, sugar, pulses, etc. among all the devotees and saints as per their demands. So they were distributing things to everyone. They came to that devotee's place and said, "O devotee, our merchant has sent some dry food items for you, that is flour, rice, sugar, salt, pulses, etc. Please accept it." The devotee asked his wife to check how much food they had. She informed that they had enough for that evening. He said, "We have enough for the evening." She said, "Yes." He said, "We will not accept anything as we have sufficient food for the evening." They said, "O devotee, take it and eat it tomorrow." The devotee said, "We will worry about it tomorrow only. For now, we will not take it." They said, "That's weird." Since the devotees declined to accept it, the servants brought it back. The merchant asked, "Why did you not give it?" There was another devotee there. The merchant had counted them all. He had got them all counted. The servant told him that the said devotee did not accept it. Why did they not accept it? The merchant asked. The servant replied that the devotee said, "We have enough for the evening. God will give something for the morning too. God will give automatically. We don't worry about it." Now that merchant was forced to contemplate, "I am worried about my sixth future generation and they have left it on God for the morning too." He then went to the devotee and asked, "Brother, why are you taking such a decision? You will die of hunger." The devotee said, "Only those who do not believe in God die of hunger. God always gives us in advance." Because he had listened to the spiritual discourses, also made the merchant sit there and asked, "When you were in your mother's womb, who was worried about you?" The merchant said, "Yes, that's correct. When you came out of your mother's womb, you did not have teeth, you could not eat bread, rice or flour, and before that, there was no milk in your mother's breasts." "Yes, there wasn't," the merchant said. "See how worried God is. As soon as you came out, God fed you with nectar like milk. And now you have taken responsibility of your sixth future generation. You have lost your mind, merchant. Your next life would be that of a donkey." Then the merchant said, "What shall I do now? I am in deep trouble." The devotee said, "You have collected a heap of this disease. You will be the one who incurs sin, whereas your future generations will use your money. They will bring their destiny with them. They are not dependent on you." The merchant said, "What do I do now? I am in deep trouble." The devotee said, "Distribute it. Perform the meritorious deeds, only then your life will be saved." Then the merchant started providing communal means. This is how your money will be saved. So pious souls, the purport is that we have made long calculations for our future, whereas we cannot even be confident about our next month. See, in the end, you will have to come to this state. And the speed at which you are going, there is no end to it. Today, if someone already has a plot of land, as soon as he acquires some money, he thinks of buying another one. And if he accumulates some more money, he thinks of buying another one, thinking that the price at which I'm getting it is good. Also, the prices are going to increase in the future. If he succeeds there, he thinks of buying a fourth one in another city. By then, he will die, and becoming a dog in his next life, he will roam around those plots. You will have to always remember this fact. It is 101% true that in the final moments, deaths, when you will go alone, you will weep that nothing belongs to me, no one is coming along with me. What is this? And God says, I used to tell this every day, I used to edify this daily, that no one is your companion. I am your companion. Now you have forgotten me. Even the debts that you have here with your children, your family, your parents, brother, sister, husband, wife, I will settle this all as well. I will get this all paid off. I will get all these debts paid off properly, all of those who have come to my refuge. And then I will provide salvation to all of you. Now God, Kabir says, take my refuge, I will save you here, in this world and in the other world too. This servant of God had told you one day that an old lady was standing here with his grandson to meet me about a month or a month and a half ago. And that boy was hardly a year or a year and a half old. She told me that there was a big bucket full of water. This boy climbed that bucket and fell into it upside down, and we were busy chatting somewhere. We were doing some work after 4 hours. We took cognizance of the child and found him to be dead. My family, my son-in-law and my daughter used to listen to your spiritual discourses but had not taken initiation from you. And they used to get delighted on listening to the anecdotes of miracles happening with the devotees. So on that day, the dead boy's father had prayed that if everyone is saying that God is on earth, then today my son should become alive. He lamented like this. There is no way a little boy who had drowned, that too inverted in water, for 4 hours could come back to life. And they had also kept him outside for a long time. When his father came, he prayed to God in this way, and in a matter of just 2 seconds, the child had a hiccup and he opened his eyes. Hail Satguru Dev! So today the only Tattvadarshi saint, true saint in this world is this Rampal Das in district Hisar, Haryana. Now nobody should have any doubt. For example, there is a 1,000 rupee note. It is written on it that I promise to pay the bearer the sum of 1,000 rupees. It has not been written on me, but I can say that I promise to give the devotees complete happiness and complete salvation if you live by the prescribed rules. Now you have gained that Tattvagyan, true spiritual knowledge and the true way of worship mantra solution, which is available with this servant of God. Come and get your welfare done. The servant of God is eagerly waiting for you. You are children of God, you will attain salvation.